Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. Exploring Lollipop Land with Lucy. Chapter 1. Lucy's Sweet Discovery. In a quaint little town nestled among rolling hills, there lived a girl named Lucy. With bright eyes and an insatiable curiosity, Lucy spent her days exploring the nooks and crannies of her surroundings, always seeking new adventures. One sunny afternoon, while wandering through the woods near her home, Lucy stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A shimmering portal nestled between two towering trees. Intrigued, she approached cautiously, the air crackling with a hint of magic. "Wow," Lucy breathed, her heart racing with excitement. What could this be? Without hesitation, Lucy reached out and tentatively touched the swirling colors of the portal. Suddenly, she felt a rush of warmth envelop her, and before she knew it, she was whisked away into a world unlike any she had ever seen. As Lucy blinked in astonishment, she found herself standing in the midst of a vibrant landscape filled with towering candy trees, glistening sugar rivers, and fluffy cotton candy clouds. Everywhere she looked, there were treats of every shape, size, and flavor imaginable. "Whoa," Lucy gasped, her eyes wide with wonder. "Where am I?" Just then, a voice called out from behind her. Turning around, Lucy saw a friendly-looking creature made entirely of swirling candy floss. "Welcome to Lollipop Land, dear traveler," the candy floss creature said with a smile. "I am Fluffy, guardian of this sweet realm. What brings you here?" I'm Lucy," she stammered, still trying to take in her surroundings. "I'm not sure how I got here, but I'm excited to explore." Fluffy chuckled softly. "Well, Lucy, you're in for quite the adventure. Lollipop Land is full of wonders and surprises, but it can also be a little bit tricky to navigate. Luckily, you've got me to show you around." With a grin, Lucy eagerly followed Fluffy as they set off into the sugary landscape, her heart brimming with excitement for the adventures that lay ahead. Little did she know, her journey was just beginning, and Lollipop Land held countless secrets waiting to be discovered. Chapter 2. A journey begins into Lollipop Land. As Lucy and Fluffy ventured deeper into Lollipop Land, Lucy couldn't help but marvel at the fantastical sights that surrounded her. Candy-coated hills rolled into the distance, while colorful gumdrop trees swayed gently in the breeze. "Wow, this place is incredible," Lucy exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with delight. Fluffy nodded enthusiastically. "It sure is, and there's so much more to see. But first, let me introduce you to some of the other residents of Lollipop Land." With that, Fluffy led Lucy to a bustling village nestled at the foot of a towering candy mountain. As they approached, Lucy's senses were overwhelmed by the scent of sweet confections and the sounds of laughter and music. "This is Candy Town," Fluffy explained. "It's the heart of Lollipop Land, where all the candy creatures come together to live and play." Lucy's eyes widened as she took in the colorful streets lined with gingerbread houses and candy shops. Everywhere she looked, there were creatures made of candy, each more delightful than the last. "Hello there," a cheerful voice called out, interrupting Lucy's thoughts. She turned to see a group of candy kids skipping towards them, their faces beaming with joy. Hi, Lucy replied, returning their smiles. I'm Lucy, and this is Fluffy. We're new here. The Candy Kids giggled and exchanged excited glances. Welcome to Candy Town, Lucy and Fluffy. We're so glad you're here, one of them said, her voice as sweet as honey. Fluffy smiled warmly. Thank you, friends. Lucy is here to explore Lollipop Land, and I was hoping you could show her around. The Candy Kids nodded eagerly, taking Lucy by the hand and leading her through the bustling streets of Candy Town. Along the way, they introduced her to all manner of candy creatures, from chocolate bunnies to licorice puppies. As they walked, Lucy couldn't help but feel like she had found her place in this magical world. Surrounded by new friends and endless wonders, she knew that her journey was only just beginning, and she couldn't wait to see what other adventures awaited her in Lollipop Land. Chapter 3: Magical Encounters in Candy Caverns. Guided by her newfound friends from Candy Town, Lucy embarked on an adventure into the heart of Lollipop Land, the mysterious Candy Caverns. As they journeyed deeper into the caverns, Lucy's senses were overwhelmed by the dazzling display of shimmering sugar crystals and sparkling rock candy formations. Wow, this place is amazing, Lucy exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. The Candy Kids grinned proudly, leading Lucy through winding tunnels and hidden passageways, each more enchanting than the last. Along the way, they encountered all manner of magical creatures, from candy dragons to gumdrop fairies. Look out! One of the Candy Kids cried, as a mischievous group of caramel trolls darted out from behind a rock formation. Lucy gasped as the trolls surrounded them, their eyes gleaming with mischief. But before she could react, Fluffy stepped forward, his candy floss form glowing with determination. Back off, you rascals, Fluffy exclaimed, his voice firm but gentle. We mean you no harm. The trolls hesitated, eyeing Fluffy warily. Then, to Lucy's surprise, they began to laugh, their gruff voices echoing through the caverns. You're not like the others, one of the trolls said, scratching his head in confusion. You're different. Fluffy smiled warmly. We may be different, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. Why don't you join us on our journey? There's plenty of adventure to go around. The trolls exchanged uncertain glances, then nodded eagerly, falling into step beside Lucy and her friends. Together, they continued deeper into the candy caverns, their laughter echoing through the tunnels as they shared stories and jokes along the way. As they ventured further into the depths of the caverns, Lucy couldn't shake the feeling that she was exactly where she was meant to be. Surrounded by friends old and new, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would face them with courage and determination, ready to uncover the secrets of Lollipop Land and beyond. Chapter 4: Challenges and Surprises, Navigating Marshmallow Meadows. As Lucy and her companions emerged from the candy caverns, they found themselves greeted by a vast expanse of soft, fluffy marshmallow fields and twisting licorice vines, marshmallow meadows. The air was filled with the sweet scent of toasted marshmallows, and the sky above was painted in hues of pink and orange as the sun began to set. Wow, this place is beautiful, Lucy exclaimed, sinking her feet into the pillowy marshmallow ground. Fluffy nodded, his candy floss form shimmering in the fading light. It sure is, but marshmallow meadows can be a little tricky to navigate. The ground is soft, and the vines can be quite slippery. As if on cue, Lucy felt herself sinking deeper into the marshmallow ground with each step, the licorice vines tangling around her ankles. She struggled to free herself, but the more she struggled, the deeper she sank. "Help!" Lucy cried, her voice tinged with panic. Fluffy rushed to her side, his candy floss tendrils wrapping around her waist and pulling her free from the marshmallow's grasp. "Hold on tight, Lucy. We'll get through this together." With Fluffy's help, Lucy managed to free herself from the marshmallow's grip and stood trembling on solid ground once more. She glanced around, her heart pounding in her chest as she realized just how vast and treacherous Marshmallow Meadows truly was. But just as she was about to give in to despair, a familiar voice called out from the distance. Turning around, Lucy saw her friends from Candytown racing towards her, their faces filled with concern. "Lucy, are you okay?" one of them asked, panting for breath as they reached her side. Lucy nodded, her eyes brimming with gratitude. "Thanks to Fluffy, I'm okay, but Marshmallow Meadows is proving to be quite the challenge." Her friends exchanged worried glances, then nodded in understanding. "Don't worry, Lucy. We'll help you get through this. Together, we can overcome any obstacle that stands in our way." With renewed determination, Lucy and her companions set off once more, their hearts filled with hope and their eyes set on the horizon. Little did they know, their greatest challenges and most exciting adventures lay just ahead, waiting to be discovered in the magical world of Lollipop Land. Chapter 5: Homecoming, Lucy's Sweet Dreams. As Lucy and her friends journeyed through Marshmallow Meadows, they encountered more challenges, but with each obstacle, their bond grew stronger. Together, they navigated the marshy terrain, supporting and encouraging one another every step of the way. Finally, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, they emerged from Marshmallow Meadows and found themselves standing at the edge of Candytown once more. The twinkling lights of the village beckoned them home, and Lucy's heart swelled with gratitude for the friends who had accompanied her on this incredible journey. "We made it," Lucy whispered, her voice filled with wonder. Fluffy smiled, his candy floss form glowing in the fading light. "Yes, we did. And I couldn't have asked for better companions." With a sense of pride and accomplishment, Lucy and her friends made their way back to Candytown, where they were greeted with cheers and applause from the residents. The Candy Kids hugged Lucy tightly, their faces beaming with joy. "You did it, Lucy!" they exclaimed. "You explored Lollipop Land and made it back safely. We're so proud of you." Tears of happiness welled up in Lucy's eyes as she looked around at the faces of her friends. In that moment, she realized just how much she had grown and changed during her time in Lollipop Land. She had faced her fears, overcome challenges, and forged lifelong friendships that she would cherish forever. As night fell over Candytown, Lucy bid farewell to her friends, promising to visit them again soon. With a heart full of love and gratitude, she returned to the portal that had brought her to Lollipop Land and stepped through, feeling a sense of warmth and contentment wash over her. Back in her own world, Lucy climbed into bed, her mind buzzing with memories of her adventures in Lollipop Land. As she closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, she knew that no matter where life took her, she would always carry a piece of Lollipop Land with her in her heart. And as the stars twinkled overhead and the moon cast its gentle glow, Lucy fell into a deep and peaceful slumber, her dreams filled with visions of candy-coated landscapes and magical creatures, knowing that she would always have a home in the sweet and enchanting world of Lollipop Land. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for dreamy tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.